Hello. Hello. Cool. Okay. Welcome back to AWS Cloud Quest. This is a video game produced by Amazon Web Services that lets you play as a cloud engineer and solve people's problems in a city. And if you do well, or if you complete the quest, you get to change the city or whatever. It's an interesting way to learn how to do AWS. Much preferable, in my opinion, to reading the documentation and stuff, at least in the early stages, because the main good thing is it gives you access to an AWS sandbox. So you get access to some sandboxed environment for about 2 hours for each of the tasks you try and complete. You don't normally need 2 hours, but you get it. And that allows you to play around and try and complete the task that they're telling you to do without worrying about the potential costs, which is the most annoying thing when you're using AWS, or I find it quite annoying, is that I'm always a little bit worried that I'm going to end up costing myself like hundreds of thousands of pounds. You see these scary stories. And I'm a noob, I'm not that good, so that worries me. Okay, so solutions architect. I've already finished the cloud practitioner role, which is basically just getting you to understand roughly the basics. Solutions architect's a bit deeper, I think, and it's trying to get you to think a bit more about what it is you have to do. So this is the map of the places we can go, and the thing that I'm most interested in doing is automation with CloudFormation. CloudFormation is a tool that AWS produced, which allows you to make templates of the architecture that you want to build, and then turn that template into a deployed stack rather than doing it all through ClickOps. Some people call it. So that you can call it two things: DevOps and ClickOps. DevOps is when you sort of do it in like a really auditable, nice way, and ClickOps is when you go on the AWS console and you sort of do it all by hand. I think actually this probably will still be through the AWS console. I don't think we'll be making a template outside of that, but still the templates make things more rigorous, and because you can write them down, they can become trackable on something like GitHub. So that's why I'm interested in doing this one next. So, determine how to use AWS CloudFormation to automate environment creation. Demonstrate how to read and write basic CloudFormation template in YAML. Demonstrate how to run the automation to create different environments. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do here is, as I do this, there will be times where I just go completely silent, where I'm thinking, and I find that works best. I'll do my best once I reach a point where I think there is something worth explaining, or what I'm trying to explain what I'm doing when I'm at that point. But there will be periods where I'm just quiet because I'm thinking, and I don't think there's any other way to do it, or I can't think of one. Otherwise I just mutter and say nonsense. So let's take this quest. So if I zoom out now, or I say route and go, so you have a little skateboard and you can be driven around, or you can drive around to find things. Okay, oh, look at this weird giraffe. There's a weird giraffe and a weird monkey. Welcome to the city newspaper. Thank you for answering my call. Sure, how can I help you today? We created an internal news source server that our reporters and other employees use to track and vet important sources. It's currently accessible through a numeric IP address, but we want to improve that experience. So you want a more meaningful, rememberable domain name for your employees. In that case, a domain name service such as Amazon Route 53 can help. I have a follow-up question. Wait, what? Oh, I clicked the one wrong. Okay. I meant that one. Oh. It's okay, I'll cut it out in the edited version. A fine welcome to the Robot Labs. I am the director of our research division. Thank you for answering our call. No problem. I've been excited to get one of these myself. How can I help you today? To facilitate the development of new robot models, we've provided our robot scientists with a basic stack of AWS resources. The stacks are currently configured manually. However, this process is fraught with configuration errors and misaligned developer environments, wasting a bunch of our researchers' precious time. Can we minimize these issues in any way? Yes, we can do several things to help. First, we can use AWS Cloud Formation to define your infrastructure as code. Because your scientists deploy the same basic stack, we can create a standard CloudFormation template and deploy it. Well, this sounds splendid. Can this solution also help handle network setup? I'd like all our VPC security features to be automated if possible. Have no fear. CloudFormation can also automate your network and security requirements. Any service that is defined in AWS uses API calls, and a CloudFormation stack can handle it. This will certainly accelerate our innovations. I would be very grateful if you could show us how to do it. You have an opportunity to provide a great service to humanity. Will you answer the call? I will. You must start post-haste. There isn't a minute to spare. I don't know why I gave her that accent, but it really seemed to fit. The words she said. Okay. So... yeah, so there's, in case it's your first time seeing it, the way it works is we have this first thing where you learn about what it is you're supposedly building or doing. Most of the time you don't actually use all of this stuff and you don't set up everything, you just do one bit of it. You can go through video concepts, but I don't find them very good really. So I'm just going to read these things. Yeah, so if this isn't something you've heard of, infrastructure as code is the name given to the idea that you can define infrastructure that you want on a service like AWS Cloud or just on AWS in like a rigorous way. It's like a templated way. And it's basically like a template of instructions that says, please set up an architecture in a particular way. And because it does actually provision infrastructure, you can sort of say that that's code, as opposed to the old-fashioned way of provisioning infrastructure, which is figuring out what you want, figuring out like the maximum amount you want, trying to make trade-offs, and then going out and buying the physical hardware, putting it all together, installing the software on it, etc., etc. Instead, you can just define it in a template, and then AWS take care of it for you, and they've already got everything ready to support that. So yeah, it's a pretty powerful concept. And the terminology they use is they call something a stack. So if you create a template and that template builds your system for you, then we would call that system that gets created a stack. Interesting. So yeah, so it seems like in this case, what they're saying is the CloudFormation stack is just a template that defines an Amazon EC2 instance and an Amazon S3 bucket. And because the same template can be used multiple times, you can create multiple stacks. Yeah. Similarly, helpfully, if you make a mistake, automatically everything that you set up gets rolled back, which is really good, so you don't spend money. Okay, so the next part is planning, and this is a very simple part. It's just where they tell you what you're going to do. Read a basic YAML template in AWS CloudFormation. Create and deploy a basic CloudFormation template. Build on what you have learned. Create a new CloudFormation template. Change the CloudFormation template to launch an EC2 instance t2.small. Create a new stack by using the changed CloudFormation template. Okay. 26 steps. So when you do this, you provision the lab, and I like to time myself, give myself a timer, because if you don't give yourself a timer, it can be quite boring, because otherwise you're just sort of following instructions. And then the other thing I like to do is, rather than follow instructions, I like to guess what they want me to do. So that means trying to skip ahead steps and guess the next step that they want me to go through. And the game is, can you get in under the allotted time? And how many consecutive steps can you move forward? Lab files. Oh, right, they've got an actual file. Which looks like this. Interesting. And I guess hashtags mean comment. This is a .yaml file, which has this, which means it's basically like, it's similar to JSON except without all the curly braces, and you use some types of indentation and colons and stuff like that to show what's related to what, basically. But you can also use JSON if you want to, although I prefer the way YAML looks for this sort of stuff. Okay, so 26 steps. If we say a minute a step, or less than a minute a step, let's go with 20 minutes. See if I can do it 20 minutes. Begin. Click the lab files. Yep. So that's already one consecutive I've managed to go. CloudFormation. Oops. Well. Lab stack. Model provision. Okay, what do you think? Stacks. I think it's probably create stacks. User samples template. Choose build from the application. Composer. Choose a file. Oops. That work? What if I rename it? Come on. Why has it decided it's a text document? It's just odd. Fine. No. There we go. So. Interesting. Okay. Couldn't get it done. Cloud formation on the stacks page. Click create stack. Choose with new resources standard. Okay. So that was, I've managed to go 2 steps ahead now. Build. Click the template tab. And they want me to paste this in, do they? Deletion policy. Probably create template. So validate. Sure. Whatever. Be sure to keep the code contents. Click the toggle to view the JSON and then click to return to YAML. We'll go to the next step. A new browser tab or window. Address bar type. Jeez. Oh, the syntax. Scroll down to the YAML section. Under syntax. Don't know that the template reference maybe. Whatever. Ah, there we go. I typed it in wrong. Okay. Cool. Okay, to click instance type. Bosh. So this is the reference then for all the different possibilities in cloud formation. Required, no. Type string. Copy this step to constant and then paste it under. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Set an empty line after line 6. I suppose that's why it wouldn't work then. Declare a resource in a template, such as an instance in Amazon Elastic. You must attach it to another template resource, such as a security group. You can use the ref function to refer to the other resource. Is that you must attach it or you can attach it? I don't know. Looks like that could be a misspelling. 8 minutes 30 left. Review to ensure the robot app server are now connected. Cool. Check your code indents. Click the template tab. Go to next steps. So I wonder if we could... add in this bad boy. Choose all the resources. See what that looks like. Can you join these things up? That's quite cool. Interesting. That's cool. So if you use CloudFormation to create an S3 bucket, you don't actually have to provide anything because CloudFormation will do it for you. Okay. Cool. Oh, what do you think they want to call this stack? Robot stack. Okay, let's see. Click confirm. So apparently this template has basically been saved to S3, which I guess makes it... Well, I guess they hold on to it for you in case you want to use it again. Oh. Amazon S3. Review to ensure that your CloudFormation stack is now held in S3 bucket. Yeah, click next. Go to the next step. Specifies. Oh, I was so close. How many steps was that then? I clicked yes. I didn't actually review that, but probably is. I did that. That's 3 steps. Come on. Yes. The configure stack options step. Scroll to the bottom of the page. Click next. By default, CloudFormation. Yeah. So it just wants me to roll through all this. Submit. Okay. So let's do a refresh. So it's just building all of these resources for us. That's quite cool. So what is this? robot app server and the robot app server resource creation initiated. Is this just... I'm just looking at that and wondering why we've got it so many times. Robot stack create in progress, user initiated, but then does this twice for some reason. Does this 3 times. I suppose, well, twice and then create complete. Click the resources tab. 3 minutes. Under the logical ID, review the resources being deployed. For your robot app server, click the physical ID associated with it. Go to the next steps. So it's going to load the instance for me. That's interesting. And then what? Navigate to the Amazon S3 console not shown. Oh, look, there we go. The robot stack. Robots 3 bucket something or other. That's cool. So I guess it worked. It's weird with some of these things. Sometimes you think they're going to be harder than they are, but CloudFormation, that felt relatively easy. Don't know if it gets more complicated. I think part of the reason I'm interested is I want to set up a WordPress site using CloudFormation. And I also want to automate the installation of the database, which would be quite cool. I don't know how hard that is compared to this, which felt pretty easy. But yeah. Okay. Cool. Congratulations. That was easy. Well within time. So DIY now. Create a new CloudFormation template using the YAML code from the practice section. Change the CloudFormation template to launch an EC2 instance type. t2.small. Create a new stack by using the changed CloudFormation template. We will verify that you changed to launch an EC2 instance type. Okay, I reckon I could do this in 1 minute 30 seconds. Deploy another instance. Ready? Go. So it would be cloud. Oops, right there. Create stack with new resources. Build from application composer. Create an application composer. Come on, go on. Get my full stack. I'm pretty sure it was aha. t2.small. Create template. Confirm. Next. Robot stacked. Small. There's nothing, was there? Review and create. Boom. 36 seconds. So let's just chuck that in there ready to go. Ooh. Come on. Yes! Perfect timing. Yep, thank you. Oh, that was pretty easy. Nothing to be afraid of. Oh, what was she? Good job. Choose a reward. I'm not sure there's been a single thing on this game that I've liked the look of so far. That's horrible. That's horrible. That's also horrible, but this reminds me of Minecraft videos I used to watch, so whatever. Get that one. Yes. They didn't get us the killer stack. That's pretty dumb. I should probably teach you that. Build a level 9. Hell yeah. I hope they make this game really, really good. There's so many things you could do to improve it. Solutions architect. What does that mean? That sounds interesting, actually. Go on, then. Cloud infrastructure. So would that be... root and go. In fact, I will BRB. Yeah, speak to you in a sec.